All right, it's another episode of the Pin High Podcast presented by Golficity. We're going to talk about Jason Kokrak's win this week at the CJ Cup. We're going to look ahead to the Zozo with betting and DFS picks. And, of course, we're going to wrap it up with our Birdies and Bogies of the week. So let's go into it.
Let's get into it.
I fucking lagged then. I actually lagged.
Let's get into
You
it.
lagged in real life.
I just started speaking in cursive.
You know, it happens.
It's Monday. Okay. Well, and on that note, we can just get right into the episode, I guess. So Jason Kokrak got the dub this week. He's low-key been playing some pretty good golf since like the return of the tour. I remember at the Charles Schwab, literally the first week back.
I mean, that was a while ago.
It's like yeah, I know, but like just in general, like this new season, I guess it's kind of weird. He's been playing good golf.
I mean, whatever. It came out of nowhere as far as like this week pick. I mean, he played really well at the U.S. Open. I think he played well at the PGA as well, but like he got cut last week at the Shriners, like before this, and he just comes out and I mean he came out, shot 70 on the first day, so that's not that great for like.
No.
For one of these tournaments where guys are going super low, and then he goes 66, 68, 64.
He's great on Sundays. He's really good on Sundays.
He's really good on Sundays. I mean, and talk about a guy who could like just effortlessly hit the ball like a mile. He's like huge. One of those guys. He's giant.
Massive.
He's like 6'4", 225, and he just bombs the ball. Like on the 18th hole the other day, he hit a ball like 340 yards, and he barely swung. Like he was just trying to find the fairway, I think. So talk about a guy that could crush it. He's one of those.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, overall, like, there's actually some really good golf being played this weekend. Xander Schauffele was sick all weekend.
Tyrone Hatton was really good too.
We had a first-round leader with Hatton.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't do it on this podcast, but we did it over on Golficity Bets because I think we had DJ or something. He got pulled, so I made the quick 180 to Hatton, first-round leader.
So once again, if you guys, we should have called out that dude that was roasting our picks.
I mean, I had another terrible DraftKings week. I'm on a terrible run right now.
This was one of my better weeks on DraftKings. After and picks wise, I had a great week.
I just cannot get I can't get anything right as far as like my DraftKings lineups. Like I had Matt Wolff last week and he came out and he went 8 over on the first day after finishing top 10 in his last like 6 events. Like that's really annoying.
Yeah.
How do you predict that? How do you predict that he's just gonna like have a dud after playing so sick like the last couple weeks?
You don't predict it.
It's just golf. It's just
like you
never expect it. You never know.
Yeah, sometimes
it's what it is.
Bad week. But
also that was Jason Kokrak's first win on tour. That's
really
kind of low key.
That's surprising to me.
I mean, he's been playing for about 10 years. I think 10 years on tour. That was his first win. So
he's been around for a while, which is good for him.
He's like 35.
That's a life-changing event winning on tour.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Also in the winner's circle this weekend. For the second time in a row.
This is a joke that he plays in these things.
It's such a joke. How many did he win by?
He won by 3. Actually, my friend asked last night. He said Phil won. I'm like, I saw he won by 3.
So it's like, yeah, it's so.
I mean, I love the Pga Memes.
Does anyone know what his odds were to win?
He was probably the favorite.
I'm guessing around plus 150.
Yeah.
I'm literally gonna bet him to win next time he plays in the Champions Tour event.
Dude, he's literally gonna be like even money.
Yeah, exactly. It probably won't win that one.
That's like a sprinkle bet. You just put it.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Just sprinkle a little bit and just like see what happens.
I mean,
but it's not even like fair. Like how he's playing these.
He's hitting it 50 yards past everyone.
Yeah,
at least.
and like the rest of the guys that are well known in there are like all like way past their primes, and he's still like he's past his prime, but he's still competing on PGA Tour events sometimes. So. It's just, I don't know. It's wild.
Have you seen some of the PGA memes? Like Phil, cameras there. Phil showing Bernhard Langer, there's a new sheriff in town.
Yeah.
Or like the one with the walker, like I used to dominate
like Bernhard
on
Langer, yeah.
Oh my god.
Like used to dominate on the Champions Tour.
Phil like PGA Tour champions now. A lot of Phil content this week on PGA Memes. I think that's
a lot of Patrick Reed content. Have you seen the ones where they just show like at what everyone would look like if they were like 100 pounds heavy or something?
Yeah, and it's
It looks
just
the
normally
same.
And
Patrick
they
Reed.
just have a normal picture of Patrick Reed.
They always hate on Patrick Reed.
It's so mean. It's so mean. But
He hates on Patrick Reed and Smiley Kaufman like all the time, and like the Smiley Kaufman jabs like aren't even like worth it anymore because like he has literally fallen off.
You're beating a dead horse with that.
Yeah. But anyway.
Yeah.
Speaking of Phil, today we're recording on Monday. Today they've announced that Phil and Charles Barkley are going to play against Steph and Peyton Manning in the next Capital One's the match.
At first, my
November.
initial reactions was like, why is Phil playing with 3 amateurs? And then I was like, well, because two of the amateurs are like good and they're paired together, and Chuck sucks at golf. So
yeah, so it's pretty much like the challenge of can like an average golfer and a PGA golfer beat 2 like near scratch golfers, pretty much.
On like a way different scale, it's like if me and Jeek played in like a team event versus Trevor, and like Poog.
Is that what Trevor and someone who like has like a 30 handicap?
Yeah, like Poog.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I mean that's what I compare it to.
I don't care who's playing. Like you said, like why is Phil playing this? But like he's the most entertaining like person to possibly play.
Oh,
it's
like
like
so
best
much
good at golf. Like more people will watch this than they will watch the Zozo this weekend. Whenever this is,
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't want to say.
Well, it's on November 7th, but
still, but more people.
We can watch this on over Thanksgiving.
Yeah, this was the same. It's like the same date.
27th?
Yeah, it's like the same date that they had the Tiger Phil match a couple years ago.
That's so perfect.
Maybe we can stream on Twitch, like us just watching it.
We
I'm
can
betting on it.
We can make sure other Trev has a dinner reservation to go to.
Yeah, right.
We get a nice little alcohol sponsor on it.
Oh, that'd be my
Link drinks?
Link
Yes, let's go.
Literally just supply us, so you don't need to pay us. We'll just get nice and
I will gladly do that.
nice and bundled.
I mean, everybody's gonna tune into that to watch Chuck. Like,
Exactly.
That's why you want to watch.
Because we were all waiting for the Chuck versus the whole whatever last
And they like
time.
filmed it
like,
in advance.
Yeah, I was so disappointed. I was waiting all day for that.
I wonder if they'll have JT again on the mic.
It should.
Walking around following the groups.
They could have if they had JT and Tiger like following the group, that'd be hilarious and amazing.
I wouldn't be surprised if JT was there. I have a hard time believing Tiger would go if he's not playing. But
I feel like Tiger, like because like he was in the first one. I feel like Tiger will make I feel like I can see him making a guest appearance.
Yeah,
on like the set or following along.
They're playing in Arizona, Stone Canyon Golf Club in Oro Valley,
nice.
Arizona.
It would be kind of cool to see.
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad that they keep going with these matches, like, and they're not like
they're
making them different every time because like the first one was obviously Phil versus Tiger, like that makes sense. Like
I think they realized the entertainment value is way more like important than the actual
so you get
golf.
Celebrities in, so you have the Brady and Manning pop in, and then
the actual golf is not that important at all. Like you just need to be playing like decent stuff.
I mean, Tom Brady was playing terrible golf last time they did.
Yeah,
this.
but everyone spun one in for
everyone.
Yeah,
in the world was
exactly.
talking about Tom Brady. Everyone in the world was talking about Tom Brady playing golf, and then he made that shot, and everyone went crazy.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to the people watching on YouTube. Trevor's just completely frozen right now, but that's okay.
Yeah, my whole computer screen is frozen.
So
you
get
get a
nice face of Trev.
You get a nice view of the TBC Sawgrass flag in the back. So
yeah,
there's that.
Oh, wow. Good. That's good to see.
Yeah. So let's move on to the Monday hypothetical. We did this pretty quick. I think G came up with it. It's like the best golf ball. And
yeah, I had this in the.
Does it just mean like your favorite golf ball to play, or like the actual best golf ball?
I mean, most people just did their favorite golf balls to play, which is like kind of what I was going for because I kind of want to see like what other people are playing, you know?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Pro V1s are just like my go-to. Like if I want like a nice ball, but like obviously they're expensive. I also like TP5s. I bought a pack of TP5s going into the weekend this weekend because I knew I was gonna be playing a lot of golf, and I like them. They're pretty nice.
Little technical difficulties there, but as I was saying, I like Crump Softs. Yeah, those are the ones I use. I like those. Also, Super Softs aren't bad either.
They're a nice cheap alternative, dude. Super Softs are cheap.
Yeah, I know, but they scuff up really easily. I got like a bunch of used super softs that are like yellow because like when Pat and I go out, our golf course doesn't have a range, but they have like a 9-hole course.
Balls.
So we bought a bunch of like chrome soft golf balls, or not chrome, super soft golf balls, and we use them as range balls, and they scuff up pretty easily. But they were really cheap. So
that was the most like that was such a, like a calming like thing being out there at like 8:30 at night just hitting golf balls on like the
I mean the
quote,
worst part
range.
the worst part was picking them up, but like it really wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad.
The best thing in the world is hitting like because you guys don't have the range, but like I can like relate to that because like if you're on the range, it's like kind of like early or late, and there's nobody else there, and it's kind of like not too hot, not too cold, or anything like that. It's like the best thing in the world because you're by yourself, and then it's just
yeah,
like,
that's usually
the whole world is yours.
That's usually where I have to kick people off the range.
Yeah,
as an employee. So
that's Silver Spring.
I'm like, hey asshole, fucking take 3 more balls, please.
I'm assuming you use TP5 strip.
I use Titleist.
Oh, you used Pro V1s with the 10 on them.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
the customized TJ10s.
Yeah.
But I think I've heard my dad plays TP5s and he loves them. So I think I'm debated like going to those, but I've heard those are very, very good balls. Also, I used to play Cowboys like a ton too. When that like I was just like switch around every now and then.
I don't know if I've ever seen you play anything other than a Titleist.
Yeah,
I haven't played anything else. I haven't played anything like anything different. And probably like 6 or 7 years.
Because you don't lose balls that often, but me and Jeek
Yeah.
just play like just any ball we can get.
We could find.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see, I'm not walking in the woods and finding a mojo and picking it up and playing it.
Oh no, I'm not either.
Well, my friends, when I play with them up here, like a lot of them like run out of golf balls really quick. So I told my dad like last time he came up to bring me a bag of just like random golf balls. I think I have them right here actually.
What is he getting? Golf balls?
I literally have a bag of like
You just had
random
these- Oh
my
random
God.
golf balls. Like if I
Nice
was like
flies.
pull one out, like this is actually a Titleist.
Play
but
lottery. What balls?
It's
do
like
you
a
pull out?
Titleist DT Solo. I have a Cowboy Diablo. I have some like.
Nadine comment. But
I mean,
imagine just going to Silvermine Jeek at like 10
Precept.
o'clock at night and going to steal that bucket of balls that they have on the second hole on the right.
yeah.
The people that like say like 25 cents for a golf ball and they just have an orange bucket full of golf balls that go into their lawn.
So you know.
I'm sure. I'm sure some of them are mine.
Care.
Oh yeah, definitely some of them are yours.
Because like I had like a big problem on that hole like at one point. I remember. So I'm sure there's plenty of my balls in there.
Okay.
But anyway.
So I think that we can move on to the betting, right?
Is like the Wi-Fi's dodgy
Your
today.
Wi-Fi's.
I can't like fix it. So anyway,
Okay.
thanks BU. The Zozo Championship.
Sucks to be you.
Yeah, it really does. You don't know how many times I've heard that. Anyway. The Zozo Championship is at Sherwood Country Club in Santa Monica, California this year. I think it's usually in Asia, so that's different. Obviously, Tiger's the defending champion. They have had PGA Tour events here before. It was the Hero World Challenge from like 2000 to 2013. That's not really that effective because really Tiger's the only one that has like a lot of course like history that's playing this week. He's won here 5 times and has had 5 runner-up finishes, so it actually plays really well to his game. So like actually him coming in as a defending champion, even though it was at a different golf course, you kind of could still treat him that way because of the course that we're at. Cool. Trev mentioned the field's probably going to rip this golf course apart. Like most of the tournaments have been finished around 17 under, with a couple going 20 under or lower.
It was back in like the 2000s and everything.
Yeah, so like imagine it now.
Mm-hmm.
Some similar courses are like the Valspar in Innisbrook and the and Muirfield Village kind of play a little similar. The only real like course defenses, there's like a lot of water, a good amount of water I would say. The pin placements could be brutal on some of the holes, but like I said, a lot of the pros don't really struggle with that. And the wind could get up there, so I would pay attention to the weather this week. It's not a very long course; it's only 7,300. And just looking at like key stats, I feel like can't really go wrong with any of them. Ball striking is a good one. We've seen a big uptick in guys who hit the ball far have been winning events. I mean, if you look at the last couple, Kokrak last event, Sergio won an event a couple weeks ago, and Bryson obviously. So I feel like lawn hitters are doing pretty well at during this stretch. So that's something to look out for.
Yeah, Martin Laird, big boomer.
Well, Matt Wolf came second.
But yeah, no, you're right.
So
you're right. So high salary guys we like. So I don't really know what you qualify as high salary. I mean, I personally, I'm picking. I'll tell you who I'm picking in a bit. But would you consider 10,000 and above this week like high salary?
Yeah, I mean anyone. I mean, obviously Xander's on an incredible run right now.
He is.
I like Xander. I like
second
Rahm
again.
just because Rahm won at Murphy Village.
Right.
I think JT's honestly the best high salary guy to get in here because Xander I would say, but Xander's 11,200. You can get JT for 600 less. I think JT's the best one.
JT had a good week last week except for Sunday. He was in like the second to last group, I think. So
I didn't even realize JT played last week.
Yeah, he was he was in the same group as like Tyrone Hatton at the end of the tournament, and he just had a terrible Sunday.
Okay. Yeah. So let's get into the DFS, I should say. Last week we had a pretty good week. I mean, Jeeks had a Finau dropout and Connors T61, so just a little bit of.
I mean, but Connors was like 66.
Well, unlucky there. Yeah.
Honestly, I really thought Tony Finau was going to play last week, and like it was a last-second dropout on like Wednesday, so that was tough.
I kind of nailed Tyrone Hatton having a good week. He came T3, he was first-round leader, and Billy Horschel T28. That's all you can ask for a guy who was 7,200. And then Trevor also had Neiman 6, Solo 6, and Watson T7. So a pretty good week for the boys.
It was a good week for us. It's pretty solid.
I will say I'm still on a terrible run, but anyway. Like I don't understand what happened. Like the start of the season happened, and just like I was doing pretty well like at the end of last season, and then the start of this season happened, and it's been terrible since then. But we're gonna bounce back this week.
I'll let you go first then, Jeek.
All right, so my first pick,
Start it off.
I'm going to go with Mr. Consistent, Mr. Reliable, Harris English at 8,800. He finished in 10th last week. He honestly didn't really play well at the Shriners, but like before that, he was pretty much on a really good like run, pretty much in the entire last season, and obviously he had a 4th place finish at the U.S. Open. I mean, he's just like really consistent at everything, whether it be off the tee or approach or putting. Like, I mean, 2020 he was 7th in strokes gained total, which is a good stat, saying he was like in the mid-teens to 20s in like every like important category. So he's just super consistent with his game, and at 8,800 he's kind of in that like mid-level like salary. So like he might not win this week, but I think he'll finish pretty well.
All right, so I'll go next in mine. I'll go Patrick Reed, 9,600, a little bit high, but I think he still could play really well. 3 top 20s in his last 3 starts, 3rd, 17th, and 7th. He's played well historically at Murphy Village at Innisbrook, and has a couple runner-up finishes at Innisbrook. And I was doing my research, I saw it. I feel like he's one of those guys who plays well for Tiger. If Tiger's like there, like he'll like I remember when he grounded his club or took the scoop of sand or whatever at Hero World Challenge last year, I think it was. Like, he was playing well. He was competing in the tournament, I'm pretty sure. So if Tiger's there, he has a little bit more motivation for a guy who already has a ton of motivation and plays basically to beat everyone, hates everyone, and everyone hates him. So
that's a stretch. You're stretching there. You're reaching. But yeah, no, he has been playing well recently. So I got Victor Hovland, 9,200. He's sneaky playing really good golf. He's coming off T12. He's coming around with a putter finally. I mean, that's what we've been saying all this whole time since he's come on tour, that he just needs to figure out the putter, and he's going to win tournaments or at least compete because his ball striking's really elite right now. So I got him at 9,200. I like that. Then Bubba Watson is my second pick. And this year, I know it's early. He's 8th in strokes gained approach and 7th off the tee. Anytime you're like that, you're a big bomber. That's, like Jeek said, that's proven to be good stat. So I like him as well.
All right, so I'll go with my next pick at Paul Casey. Is 7,500. He's won at Innisbrook, and he played well at the U.S. Open a couple weeks ago. I'm basically picking because his stats haven't been great so far this season, but from last season he was 15th in strokes gained off the tee, 9th in strokes gained approach, 21st strokes gained tee to green. So I think for a guy of his caliber at 7,500, he could play much higher than his salary suggests.
All right, I like that. I'm gonna go with a guy who might be one of the hottest guys in the field right now, and Joaquin Niemann at 8,400.
He is a pretty good looking dude.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. He, like I've been saying, he's been playing very excellent golf in the last couple of weeks. Pretty much since the season's turned. He was 6th last week. He's been top 30 in his last 5 starts, including a solo third at the BMW and a T13 at the Shriners. He's 23rd in strokes gained off the tee, and he actually really smashes the ball. He's not a very big guy, but he's 4th in driving distance this year, so that kind of has Rory McIlroy vibes in a way. Rory's not the biggest guy, but he smashes the ball, so kind of similar to that. Joaquin Niemann really does smash the ball. I think he's
how tall is Rory?
5'9".
Not tall.
I feel like I would be surprised to see him in person, and he's not. I don't think he's 5'9". Really?
He's not 5'9". There's no way.
I would be.
He's 5'9". Oh my god.
He's 5'9". Yeah.
I did not know he was 5'9".
Joaquin Niemann's 6 feet tall, but he looks tiny. He's 150 pounds. So
Rory's just dude, you would tower over Rory, Trevor.
I know. That's yeah, he hits the ball 50 yards past me every single time.
Yeah, because he's jacked.
That's why. Yeah, he's jacked, and I'm like the twig. But still, he that's just weird to think about. And JT's a small guy. He pounds the ball.
I know.
Well.
Yeah, same thing. So
he swings so hard. JT.
But Joaquin Niemann just doesn't even look like he's swinging, but he does crush the ball. And like I said, driving distance has been a thing right now. People who hit the ball far have better chances of winning tournaments for some reason.
I have a take that just came to mind right now. Give these guys like JT, Rory, and DJ a year to start figuring out how can I just start hitting the ball a lot further, by doing what Bryson's doing, but obviously on a much lesser scale.
Yeah.
And they'll start blowing people out of the water like Bryson's doing. Because I think
it's all about distance and accuracy. So you're giving up accuracy for distance in a way. And Bryson's kind of figured it out to on holes where he could absolutely let it loose and not worry about going all the way right if he happens to go all the way right. It's just about taking that risk.
They're at the point where I feel like they don't even care about going in the rough anymore, just because they're all so strong anyway. Koepka doesn't care about the rough. I feel like Koepka does not care about the rough because he just hits through the rough anyway. And Rory and JT, those guys don't even unless it's the U.S. Open and the rough is up to your ankles, or shins, then I feel like the rough accuracy isn't as big of a deal as it used to be.
And when you go into tournaments they've been the last couple of weeks where the rough isn't that bad in the first place, that's why you see a lot of these bombers winning these tournaments or at least playing well in them.
Yeah, because they can. Yeah, accuracy does not matter.
I think that what was I gonna say? Oh, I think Finau is another guy like that. He's starting.
He's literally starting to do it.
Full swing.
Yeah. So I think all of that's going to be interesting within the next year because I feel like they'll start just absolutely bombing it all over the place, and guys like Kevin Kisner will be like, "Well, what am I supposed to do?"
Yeah.
But whatever. You look at Joaquin
they're going to start
Niemann,
setting up these courses much longer. I feel like at some point.
Yeah.
I don't know if they can.
But you look at Joaquin.
It's hard to go even further than they already are. But 8,000 yards. Imagine that at U.S. Open.
Because if you were to tell me okay, who are the top 5 longest drivers on tour this year right now, and you'd be okay, Bryson, Cameron Champ, maybe Koepka, Rory,
Wolf's 5 or 6 in there.
Yeah, and then Joaquin Niemann's literally at 4, and you would have no clue. So
yeah,
that's just crazy. But
do we have all our DFS picks, or do you need?
Yeah, we have all our picks.
We do. Okay. We're moving on to betting.
So let's move on to betting. Last week I had Rory as a winner, and top 20 comes T21.
That's tough.
I saw that and chuckled a little bit because I thought it was pretty funny.
That's tough. So Yeah, Jeek had Hatton over English. There you go. That's good.
Top English. Top English player.
Top.
That was plus
Oh,
250.
wow.
That was a nice plus 2 right there.
Yeah,
well, he would have beaten Harris English too.
He would have. But yeah, no, it was Hatton top English player like plus 250 something. So that was a plus 2 for last week, and that seemed kind of easy. I don't know why.
Xander finished second. I thought he was going to win, and then Sergio over Rose, which it was like a 5-shot difference between them.
Can we talk about Xander for a second? Is he going to become like the next like Tony Finau, where he just finishes like second in every tournament?
Nah, he's better than Tony Finau.
I mean, you say that, but he hasn't won in a while. Like since the Tournament of Champions.
He's not as inconsistent. He's consistent though.
I mean, Tony Finau, Tony Finau 2 years ago was like, if you look at his run, it was like second, fifth, second, 10th. Like he was crazy that 1 year.
I think Xander has more talent and a better chance to win though than Tony Finau would have had over that span, in my opinion. Like I think Xander could like go off. I think Xander's gonna win the Masters. My friend and I have been saying it for months. Xander's gonna win the Masters. So
I mean, it's got to be frustrating at this point.
Bryson's gonna win it, but
yeah, Bryson's not gonna be fair, but we'll see.
Also, one thing we didn't mention before these picks, DJ is out this week. He got tested positive for COVID last week. He was actually eligible to play this week, but decided against it. So DJ's not in this week.
Gotcha. So I'll start. For my winner, I got Victor Hovland at plus 4,000. Same reasons before. It's 40-1 odds. Like that's pretty good for a guy that if he figures out the putter, he's dangerous. So I got that. For my best bet, really went searching for this one. Abraham Answer top 30 at minus 136. He's been playing good golf recently. I had like a T2 or T3 the other week, a few weeks ago, and he is like an awesome ball striker, of course. So, yeah, we'll see. I feel like top 30 is pretty good.
He was one of our guys earlier in the year. He was at the RBC. He played so well there. He was going off.
Well, he had like every single green on Sunday.
That's true. He did every single green.
Okay, so for my winner, I'm gonna go with Tyrone Hatton at plus 1,800. I mean, he's been going off lately. He has a win at the BMW over in England a couple weeks ago. That followed that up with a third place finish last week. He kind of had a similar run earlier in this year when he won at like Bay Hill and then like started like finishing top 10 in like every event. So I kind of like how he's been playing golf, and he's just like super hot right now. So I figured might as well hop on that. And then my best bet, I was kind of searching a little bit too. I keep wanting to pick Tony Finau, so I'm going to sneak him in. He should be playing this week. I said that last week, but I mean, at this time, he should be playing this week. I got Tony Finau top 20 at minus 110. He's another guy who hits the ball pretty long. I feel like you find those guys in the top 20 a lot of the time. And also, like, before he got COVID, he was playing sick, so maybe he keeps that up. We'll see.
Yeah. All right, so I'll go my winner, Daniel Berger, who I feel like we haven't heard about much since the restart, but he played solid at the U.S. Open, played solid at the Shriners, finished T28 there. He's last year on tour, he was 5th in strokes gained total, so he has the stats to compete with everyone. I just think maybe this is one of the weeks where he comes out and has a good week this week, could win, and plus 3,000 I think is pretty good odds. And my best bet, Bubba Watson top 20 plus 120, man's on a roll. We all like him this week. Jeek pretty much had my best bet as well. Then saw I had it. So we love Bubba. I think he'll have a really good week, as Pat mentioned before. He's on a roll. So
Yep.
Right, and as always, follow at Golficity Bets for some more picks. We've been really hot with our
Golficity Bets has been good.
We've been hot with the bets part of the skins. Like I think we've gotten all of our matchups right in the last like couple of weeks. So
gotta start taking them.
True.
I haven't been.
Because we do it so last second now. Because like we haven't been actually doing like the videos for skins since the events aren't that big. So, but yeah, check those out.
All right, so we got first round leaders now. Jeek, why don't you explain the first one? You're the one who wanted to do it.
Yeah, I know. I like Joaquin Niemann first round leader. I feel like he's a hot starter usually.
Yes.
And just kind of all for the same reasons I picked him in my DraftKings. I think he could be a good first round leader this week.
Yeah. I feel like Xander as well. He got really hot this weekend at times where he had like the best round of the day. So I think he's another guy that could do it.
He
I will
was 9
say-
under one day. He went absolutely crazy.
We haven't been doing this a lot lately, but like picking guys that like we picked for DraftKings to be first round leader, that seems to work out pretty well. Like obviously like it happened last week when we have like when we're struggling to find a first round leader, or like when like a first round leader like pick pulls out, I always usually just grab somebody that we picked in the DraftKings segment, and they always like finish like very well on the first day. So I like that we kind of went with that this week.
Exactly. So let's cap it off. Birdies and Bogies. I'll start, I guess. I'm going to start out with my bogey because it chronologically happened this way. So on Thursday, I was down at the Southern Swing professional tournament in Corning, New York, basically Pennsylvania. Middle of nowhere.
Yeah,
really
Pat had no one within like 200 miles to him on Snap Map, so that was interesting.
Yeah. So it was the boonies. It was like a 2.5 hour drive, but fun weekend. I got to play in the tournament. Bogey of that though is my boss. She played college golf at like Cortland, if you know what Cortland is.
I've heard of it before.
SUNY Cortland.
We
So
play them in
up here.
rower.
Yeah, so she waxed me. Absolutely waxed me. Finished me off on the 14th hole.
All right. Did you play from the ladies' tees this time? From 4,800 yards? Okay,
No.
good. That'd been, if you said yes, that'd been very, very bad. But
She probably still would have beat you.
No, we played from the same tees though.
oh,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
But at a certain point, hitting it past it just didn't matter because I was just like, I didn't even play that bad.
She was just more consistent.
Better around the
Like,
greens.
I just get a bogey and she would just get a par. Like
Yeah.
it's simple, like easy, like just losses. I drove one over the green on a par 4, got it on, and then 4-putted for a double bogey.
That sounds like the 16th hole at Silvermine.
The pin location
Going
was-
over the green.
The pin location was so dumb. It was like on a
Fourth hole.
set up for
That reminds me of
professionals.
the fourth hole at Silvermine.
Fourth hole.
That too. With the pin locations.
Oh yeah, true.
That pin location. That one on
No,
the
but like
knob.
it was on a ridge. It was like on a ridge because it's set up for professionals, so they make it really hard.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, I was getting messed up by all these pin placements. So, but the birdie is yesterday, literally 5 p.m. So it's gonna get dark in like an hour, like hour and 20. My friend just said, like, "I'll play golf." I'm like, "Why not?" We sneak over to the private side of this course that we're allowed to play, but we're not allowed to play the private side, and just got like 8 or 9 holes in on this like pretty nice golf course, and it was pitch black for like 2 or 3 of the holes, but it was fun.
That's always fun though.
I know.
Yeah,
I saw your snaps. And, like I couldn't even like see what was going on.
You pull out the one.
I just saw them.
You pull out the one like yellow ball that you have in your bag, and you still lose it.
Exactly. No, yeah, but it was fun, even though it was in the dark. Maybe one of the last golf rounds of the year.
I mean, we'll get some winter golf in.
Oh yeah,
That's a great content time when there's no one on the golf course. Like it's like 30 degrees and we're playing golf. But
exactly.
I will say my bogey of the week. I kind of said it earlier. I have been on a terrible run in DraftKings. Like I just can't get like a good lineup in. I don't know why. I mean, my lineup wasn't terrible last week, but it was like a lot of like T30s, and like that doesn't do it really. So, and then my other bogey is that like I haven't played golf in like 3 weeks. It's been a little busy. Maybe I'll play this weekend. We'll see. Birdie. Giants won yesterday.
That's a bogey.
That's kind of a bogey.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Oh, here's my take.
No,
I think
we
Ron
want Trevor
Rivera
Lawrence.
went for 2 on the last play of the game because he wanted to
I
keep
was
Trevor
rooting-
Lawrence out of the NFC East.
I was rooting, dude, for them. I was like, go for two once they got the touchdown, and then they missed it, and I was pissed.
I mean, Jets are
Yeah,
going to get triple.
it's
It doesn't matter.
Can't have the Giants winning.
I mean, there's not a lot of birdies for me right now. I mean, we're in that grind time. It's literally grind time right now. So.
But I don't really have any bogeys. But birdies is is once
The Bears are 5-1.
The Bears are 5-1. That is like
they're the worst 5-1 team like out there.
You know what, Jake? I don't care. We're 5-1. We're first place in the division. We're 5-1.
Wait, who, Jake? Who? Cares?
Huh? Yeah, I'm just saying.
I
refuse to bet. I refuse to bet any games that the Bears play in because like.
Oh no, you have no idea.
You have no idea what's gonna happen.
I don't trust the Bears.
So I was looking at the game. I'm like, I want to bet like Carolina, but I can't. Like the Bears might actually win this game by like something random happening. I mean, they played well the other day. They didn't like nothing random happened, but like
the refs hate them. But whatever.
I was like, I couldn't bet on it.
The Bears won. I was there. Amazing. So much fun. I was drinking the whole time in my friend's box, and when they're all wearing like their McCaffrey jerseys and talking trash the entire game before the game. And after the Bears picked off Teddy Bridgewater, I was really drunk at this point. I stood up and just went just this in front of all of them, in front of the whole, like I was in the front row.
They probably hate. But how many Bears fans were at that game? Probably not
a lot.
I mean, how many fans were at that game?
There were Bears when we were on the goal line. There were Bears chants and Big Dick Nick chants.
I mean, I think Bears fans travel well. You have to say
they travel. They travel.
Is there fans in Chicago right now?
No, not yet.
Yeah, so they're probably just like a bunch of Bears fans like just traveling around to places where there are fans because they could go to games.
But the only reason I was able to do that this weekend is because my quarantine ended. I went to the drive, so I'm all set. I'm good to go. No more COVID. So and South Carolina beat Auburn this week.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that was crazy.
So we're
chilling
right. Great sports week. Great week overall. Looking forward to a better one this week.
All right, so that'll do it for the Zozo episode. What do we got? The Houston Open next week, maybe?
Dude, I don't know. Find out next week.
Yeah,
kind of like last week.
Tune in next week for what tournament's being played next week. All right. Yep. Peace.